Why the rapture is happening soon according to the Bible. If you ask Christians, you'll see that many fall into three camps on when the rapture will happen. Some believe that it will happen before the tribulation period, some believe it will happen during the tribulation period, and some believe that it will happen after the tribulation period. And when I say tribulation period, of course, I'm referring to the 7 years of chaos, or really hell on earth, that's described in Revelation, as well as Daniel, as well as some other places. But the one that makes the most sense, according to the Bible, is the pre-tribulation rapture, meaning the one that is happening soon, or soon compared to the other ones. The reason is for many different reasons, but one I'll describe first is the authority of the believer. If you, as a believer, as a Christian, understand the authority that you now have, then you'll realize that the Antichrist and the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of Satan can never be fully manifest in the way that it is in tribulation, because the church would be there, right? We have seen countless times in our town plans of the enemy thwarted because of the power of prayer. When you pray according to the authority that we have been given, you see things change. The devil's plans cannot come fully to pass. Think about how in Luke 10:19, Jesus said, he has given us authority over all the works of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm us. This is a big one that can have a whole video in itself, but the authority of the believer and how the Antichrist cannot fully be manifest until the church has been taken away. That's point number one. Point number two is, the church has been described as the bride of Christ, how Jesus is the husbandman and the church is the bride. Well, that 7 years of hell on earth, that chaos, that is God's wrath on the earth. And the church is not destined for God's wrath. If you truly understand your righteousness that we have been given, that free gift of righteousness, then God sees us like he sees Jesus. And I brought up that husbandman and bride scenario because Jesus is a good husband. He will not beat his bride. He will not make us go through that. But again, if you look at the full picture, how we are now righteous in Christ, God is not appointing the church, his beloved church, to go through his wrath. That is for the wrath of the world and the sin that's going on at the time. And of course, there will be many believers that arise during that period, but that's separate from the church who is raptured off, the bride of Christ. That's point number two. The final point, which could be a whole video in itself, is if you look at the 70 weeks prophecy in Daniel, when it perfectly describes the season of when the Messiah, the anointed one, would come to the date and be cut off. And that was a 69 weeks, but how there was 1 week of old covenant time, 1 week of Israelite and temple time that was needed, and 1 week equals 7 years. That is talking about the tribulation period, the final 7-year period of old covenant time, Israelite time, Jewish time, that is still needed to happen. And that could only happen if the church is not there for that period of time.